Alright, welcome back. We're here for episode number 12 of Average Jim's Cooking Show. We're going to do something tonight. It was kind of inspired by a viewer. It's good to leave me comments on Facebook and YouTube like I asked for, and that way we can make something you guys request. I was up in Baltimore, and yesterday was National Talk Like a Pirate Day. Arg. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some crab cakes. That was his suggestion. He wants to know if they're better than his. I'm not sure. I heard his chicken salad's pretty good. But anyway, so we're going to make some Maryland style crab cakes tonight. So let's go over to the ingredients here. We've got about a pound of crab meat there already prepared. We've got 1 egg. We're going to use some mayonnaise and brown mustard, lemon juice, some Old Bay seasoning. You see that a lot with Maryland style crab cakes. About half a cup of parsley right there chopped up. We've got some bread. Some people use breadcrumbs or saltine crackers all crushed up. I just went ahead and diced up some white bread real fine. It's a little bit fluffier. It's not quite as gritty in the cake. Some black pepper. And that's it. I'm not going to add a lot of vegetables. Some people add onions and peppers and celery. This is a real light cake. It's crab. That's why it's called a crab cake. That's what you're going to eat. As a side, we're going to do just a basic spinach salad with some tomato cucumber. We're going to make a vinaigrette. I've got some rice wine vinegar and olive oil. So when we come back, we'll start putting everything together. Alright, so we're back. We're going to get started with our wet ingredients basically. Crack an egg, put that in there. We're going to come back over with some mayonnaise. Just about 2 good sized tablespoons. Really not too much on here. Just want to get that in there real quick. And then you can come back with about a tablespoon of mustard. You can use a yellow mustard or brown mustard, whatever you like. It's up to you. Then we'll go with some lemon juice. Again, probably about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice there. It's just going to blend nicely with the seafood. And then we're going to come in with the Old Bay. Brand new can. Got to get this one open. Here we go. And we're going to dump about a tablespoon of that in. Come in with our parsley. Pour that right in, and then of course some cracked black pepper. Pour that in with it. So we're just going to whisk that up a little bit. Get everything combined. And it's going to be a little thicker than a salad dressing. I mean, that's how you want it to be. The egg, and once we add the breadcrumbs in, it's going to be what holds the cake together. So we're going to go ahead and pour our breadcrumbs right in there. Get everything mixed together. So the bread's really going to absorb a lot of that liquid and get everything, so it's going to start getting a little bit tougher to mix together, but that's fine. And then we're going to go ahead and pour in our crab cake. We're just going to dump that in. Make sure it's real broken up. And you can use your hand or you can use a spatula. Basically, you just want to kind of fold everything together. So you're going to combine everything, and then if you want to, you can let it set up for about 15-20 minutes in the fridge. Everything kind of comes together, and then you can start making your cakes. So we're going to finish working on this, and we'll be back in a minute, and we'll start putting the cakes together. Okay, we're back. We got everything combined here in the bowl, mixed together. It's all set up. So what we're going to do is we're going to start forming cakes, and we're just going to use our mantulas here and grab a handful of it. It's going to be like a small snowball. You just want to pack it down a little bit. And what I've got here is a cookie sheet. We're going to bake these. Some people will fry them in a fry pan. I think it's a little healthier if you're going to bake them. So what we're going to do, we're going to form those. And this is going to make about 8 4-ounce cakes, maybe 6, just depends. But it's definitely enough to feed 3 or 4 people. You can do them for sandwiches. Like I said, we're going to do it with a little bit of a salad. So I'm going to finish putting those together, and then when we come back, we'll show one last step before they go into the oven. Alright, so we got our crab cakes put together on the tray. I changed my mind. I don't want it to be healthy, so what I've got here is some melted butter, and we're just going to brush some on the top of each of the cakes. That's going to help it a little bit while it's in the oven. Just go ahead and slather some on there. And then you're going to let this bake. I've got the oven about 375. You're going to let it go about 10 minutes. You're going to want to check it then. You may want to flip it over even, so that way it gets browned on each side. But also it's going to take probably about 15 minutes to cook everything. And so what we're going to do, and then we're just going to give it just a little bit of more Old Bay across the top, because that really goes well with this style of crab cake. So into the oven we go with it, and when we come back, I'm going to go ahead and start making a dressing for that spinach salad. So crab cakes are good. I just looked at them in the oven, flipped them over, and they're nice and browned up. I got about 5 more minutes on those. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to throw together just a real basic kind of a cocktail sauce. I didn't tell you about this before, but I decided to go ahead and do it. So what you're going to do, just in a bowl, you're going to squirt some ketchup in. Just depends, how much you want to make of it. But, just depends how many people you want to make it for. And this is just a horseradish sauce. You can use prepared horseradish, but you just want to use about half as much of that as the ketchup there. So you pour that into a bowl, go with some garlic powder, onion powder, and black pepper, and basically you're going to mix that together. So like I said, it tastes a lot like a cocktail sauce you can buy at the store. If you want to add some lemon juice in, you can. Maybe a little bit of hot sauce, you can definitely do that. So we're just going to mix that together real quick, and then we'll be right back, and we're going to put the salad together. Now we're going to start putting on a little spinach salad together. You really want to do this at the end. We're going to make the dressing in the bowl and then pour the spinach in with it. You don't want it to sit too long, otherwise it starts to get too soggy. So we're going to go ahead, start with our olive oil. Again, it just depends how many people you're making it for, but that's probably about 2 ounces of olive oil right there. It's not going to be a very wet dressing. It's just going to be enough to kind of coat the vegetables. And then again, about 1 ounce of vinegar. So you probably want to use about half as much vinegar as you do oil, so you can adjust your proportions that way. Lemon juice, just about a tablespoon of that. Cracked black pepper, I'm going to come in with that. A little bit, maybe a tablespoon again of mustard, just whatever you'd like to use. Pour that in there, and then what you're going to do, just going to kind of whisk it all together, and just make a pretty simple vinaigrette. And then go ahead, those 2 cloves of garlic, chop those up, pour those in there. I slice some cucumber, you're just going to mix that in with it as well. And then some chopped up tomatoes, that's going to go in there. So everything's mixing together here, and then what you're going to do, you're just going to start feeding in your spinach. Again, as much as you want to eat, depends how many people you're serving. So we're just going to take a pretty good sized handful like that, 3 or 4 people. And then take a pair of tongs. Like I said, just kind of mix everything together in the bowl, just to coat up the spinach, get everything combined together. So I'm going to finish doing that, pull the crab cakes out of the oven, and when we get back, we'll start plating everything up. Alright, so we got the crab cakes out of the oven. You can see they're nice browned off a little bit there. So we're going to come over and we'll start putting the plate together right here. So we're just going to grab some of that spinach salad we made, put that right there in the plate. And we're going to take our crab cakes and we're just going to slide 2 of those right up front here. And then always need a couple of lemon wedges to go with it. So we're going to put some of those on the plate. And you want to take some of that sauce and just drizzle it right on the crab cake there. So there you go. There's a Maryland style crab cake with a nice little spinach salad. Hope you enjoy. Alright, so that was crab cakes and some spinach salad. Wrapped up episode 12. I enjoyed making it. I'm definitely going to enjoy eating it. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Again, if you want to leave me a comment on Facebook or YouTube or in person, people who leave me comments like Mike, sometimes, I'll go ahead and make that dish. So hopefully it is as good as yours, if not a little better. As always, take care. We'll see you next time.